providing more customer service offices than any other Louisiana utility company, staffed with customer representatives who work and live in Louisiana, and offering 24/7 emergency response. That's what keeps Cleco energized.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? My goodness, I have so many moving parts now. It's crazy doing all this kind of stuff here, but we got to look out at the Leesville camera. It's looking great right now, 86 degrees. Well, that doesn't look great. 86 at 9:08 with a dew point of 79, making it feel like it's almost 100. Yeah. So, okay. So while we have the camera up, and I'll actually go to the Toledo Bend camera because it's always like somebody's fishing there and then they leave when when I come on. So let's, what we'll do is, because I have a new sponsor. So what I'm going to do, make this very easy. I'm going to go to the radar and show you. So we have a new sponsor that is industrial powder coating. And if you wonder what that is, I went down there to learn. I've got my brochures and everything. But basically, these are those like aluminum shutters that are coated and they last forever. Well, I don't know if it's forever, but they last a very long time. I know I go out and we had to repaint our shutters and had all the pitting and, all the stuff that happens to wood shutters and all that. So they work with businesses. They work with local, just new construction if you want to get new shutters on your house. And they do other stuff too. So, it's a great way if you have a place like down in New Orleans, especially. They actually have a separate, let's go over and take a look here. I can do this. Display capture of their website, which I'm going to put that link into the comments here. But this is their website, ipcsenlaw.com. This is a local company right in the middle of Louisiana here. It's right down 71, it's off 71, kind of near the feed mill, kind of near my in-laws if you know where they live. But they have hundreds of colors to choose from. You can do see these fences, these railings on, it's amazing all the things they can do. And they have one of the biggest ovens in the state at 30 feet is the length on that, I believe. So they can do big jobs, they can do small jobs, residential, commercial. I'm going to be talking more about them. This is something where if you have a hurricane coming, instead of boarding up, you're down south, they do this statewide. If you are down in that area, that is going to help you, board things up. It's going to help you not have to board up. You're just going to close the shutters. So pretty cool stuff. So IPC, Industrial Powder Coating, IPC Senlaw. They are our new sponsor. You're going to see them on the radar, some forecast graphics and all that stuff, and we appreciate them. We appreciate all the subscribers, all the sponsors, all that stuff. Let me drop that link, and then we'll get right to the weather stuff, and I'll be making a post about them later so we can show them our appreciation and all that good stuff. So here we go. Hey, commercials got to happen to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And these were some awesome people. I got to go down and hang out with them last week, and we talked for a while about all this kind of stuff and how, how cool it is. We can have this little local operation. There we go. They're back. They're fishing now. See, I talk about it. I talk about a sponsor and we get right into this and we see someone fishing out there. Toledo Bend, we got trucks and stuff going across the bridge. I don't know. I was actually zoomed in. I'll tell you this, guys. I can zoom in. I can see the numbers on your boat. Even if you're further out than that. I didn't see him catching any fish, though. So I was watching that as I was setting things up. But it is now out there 85 degrees, dew point 78 degrees, and that is going to require a heat advisory later today. Heat advisory, excessive heat warnings for parts of the area. For our area, that's Avoyelles and St. Landry Parish. We're heading toward the 4th of July here. We know it's going to be hot, and this is what it looks like for today. And it's really sad because, I have a thumbnail saved of each little frame I go to in the show, and it looks like this is saving a frame from probably March or February or something, so it looks like it was going to be 36 in Shreveport that morning. So that is what I hold on to keep me just a little bit cooler on a hot day. Mid-90s for today. It looks like tomorrow we get close to 100 degrees. Overnight tonight, only down in the mid-upper 70s. So, 76 to 79. Look at New Orleans, 81. Monroe, 72. So, that's a little better. Here's what radar looks like, again, now sponsored by Industrial Powder Coating. So you'll see them on all the radar products, and we'll see them on some other stuff, too. Actually, they were on the heat alerts as well. So This is what we're looking at right now, some rain offshore. We had some showers and storms come through yesterday evening. We had some really neat skies out of that. We did not get the rain we needed, but anything helps. So we get, last year we didn't have those days with 40, 50% coverage in the summer. So anytime we get that, that does a little bit to help us out here. And you can see for today, I put a 50% in again because it looks pretty similar to yesterday, but the HRRR here is really trying to keep us pretty dry. But we're going to keep it at 50, took it down from 60 in deference to this model just a little bit, but I do think we are going to see some storms pop up. They'll be isolated to scattered, and we will get those rain chances to pop up here by about 2, 3 o'clock is when we'll start to see storms develop. High at 96, but we're going to be in the mid-90s from about noon, 1 o'clock, right on through 6, unless you get that storm. So speaking of storms, Hurricane Beryl is looking pretty nasty this morning, and this is about to slam right into the Windward Islands down here, and it looks like what we're going to see is a direct hit, and I don't know if that's the Grenadines right there, what exact island that is, if that's St. Vincent or one of the Grenadines there, but we're in the southern half of this chain of islands, absolutely getting belted right now as Category 3 Hurricane Beryl continues on toward the west-northwest. Now, a couple more areas of interest you can see here, one out in the Pacific, not a concern for us. This one actually dropped from 70 to 60%. That's the one just out east of Beryl. And so, anything where we see them dropping off on these chances, that's great news. I still kind of think that one's going to develop, but we shall see. Here are the tropical models. We'll get into the official track forecast a little bit later, but you can see as we put this into motion, we ignore the tab model up there and the ones that hook like that. So again, I'm going to be looking into today, seeing if I can remove those from the calculus here, because that TCLP, that's a climatology model. The Tab D, all the Tab ones, they're not great. I don't know why they're there. Doesn't matter. We're focused on this cluster down here to the south that goes right over or just south of Jamaica for the most part, and you can see here that it looks like we've had a little shift south overnight. So good news for us, bad news for Belize, bad news for anywhere south of Cancun. Cozumel looks like they are going to see the potential for some pretty rough stuff. And here's the official track forecast on Beryl that is going to take this across the southern Yucatan Peninsula, then out into the Bay of Campeche. Now, I had said last night, if you watched, if we see this thing up toward Cancun and Cozumel, up toward the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula right around here, well, that's going to be bad news for our area. That track forecast has shifted south, so we are looking at a better chance of this not impacting our area, and the chance was already really low. So, again, our good news is someone else's bad news, and you can see out here, this is why they took the chances down. Things aren't looking great with this disturbance that continues on toward the west. Some wind shear impacting it. We are seeing some issues there, but we'll be watching anything and everything, and we have another big blob of storms coming off the African coast. So far, that one is not of major concern. But the tropical models on Invest 96, you can see they are pretty much following that same path or just slightly north of where Beryl is going to be. So hopefully this doesn't develop, because we don't want to see a Category 3 hurricane followed by anything at all. So that's the look at the tropics. That's the look at what we have going on for today. That's a look at the fact that it's going to be hot, a new sponsor, all kinds of stuff going on here. And Bug Busters, they're a great, tried and true, been here since day one sponsor. Scattered storms today. It turns to isolated storms on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a little better chance. And then by the weekend, that's when we start to see Beryl continue into the southern Gulf of Mexico. If that stays far south, we still could see some storms popping up in the area. So we're going to go ahead because of increased moisture and raise chances to 40%. If we see some crazy shift in models today, of course, those chances would come up towards Sunday and Monday. But for now, I think Beryl stays south of us. I talked to someone last night who had plans to fly out to Jamaica this morning, and I think I talked him out of it. It's going to be rough. Like I said, you're going to make it through the storm, but the problem is then you're going to be on an island for several days where you probably can't swim because the ocean's going to be crazy with all these massive waves, and then you're going to lose power. It just turns into a thing where it's not fun. So scattered storms here through the weekend, and then it looks like this for our extended outlook. We have hot temperatures. Surprise, it's July. That's what happens. And then we have scattered showers and storms that are going to stay in our forecast through the middle of the month. So we don't have that big dry stretch. I mean, I'm telling you, last year I'd look at the 16-day ensemble forecasts and see like almost nothing out there. There's plenty on the way. It's just going to come in that scattered fashion. And unfortunately, it seems like it's either going to come in a scattered fashion or a tropical fashion. So we'll take scattered all day over that. All right, that's it for today. Let me put that link in the comments for IPC Cenlaw, industrial powder coating. This is for new construction. This is for commercial use, restaurants, anybody. I mean, just get a hold of them. Let them know you saw it here. It's important for them to know where it came from. Let's flood them with business and make them hire a bunch of people and save all the world's problems all in one fell swoop. How's that sound? All right, I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Tom will be on later today talking about the tropics, and I'll be doing a text update as well. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday.